Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I have been busy watching and taking notes, but today I'm going to make a few videos today, I'm sure, but last night, yes, I've already started. Okay, I am one of those people. I love Christmas movies. I've started watching Christmas movies already. I will admit that. Now, usually, I love the usual cheesy little Christmas rom-coms, Um, but last night, I don't know why. I remember watching this movie, but I guess maybe I never finished it or maybe fell asleep on it and never went back to it. I do not remember this movie being so good. So, it's called Last Christmas. It is Emilia Clarke, Daenerys from Game of Thrones, which is a coincidence because we're doing that show. And then I think, darn, what is his name? Something Golding. Henry, maybe? Honey, I should have had my life together before I made this video. It's early for me. I don't know why I'm up right now. I've been doing extra shifts, extra morning shifts. And if you know me, you know I'm not really a morning person, but here I am, awake at 9 a.m. making a video for you. Anyways, so I'll make this kind of quick. And just want to say that this movie caught me off guard. I thought it was just going to be a regular, like I said, cheesy little rom-com Christmas movie. And it kind of starts out that way. So Emilia Clarke, she is working as an elf in an all year round Christmas shop. Her boss calls herself Santa. It is, okay, here we are. I went to the description. It's on Netflix, by the way, if you want to watch it. It was made in 2019. It says it's an hour and 42 minutes, and it felt like it. It wasn't actually long movie, I thought, but I think like they explained everything so well. So yes, we have Emilia Clarke, Henry Golding, I was right. Emma Thompson, Michelle Yeoh, I think. Anyways, that's her name. You've probably seen her in a whole bunch of other movies. She's like this older but beautiful Asian woman. She's actually like a martial artist in real life. But she occasionally does, that in her movies. Anyways, so we have Emilia Clarke, who is our protagonist, and she's struggling, right? Her family keeps saying she was ill, and now that she's better, she feels like she's lost her way. And so it looks like she's working at this Christmas shop. She has no place to go. She's homeless. She doesn't want to go back and stay with her parents. So she's been crashing on people's couches. And then like, I guess her real talent is singing. But ever since she's gotten better, she can't really sing all that well like she used to. So, her life is just a mess. And so then she meets this guy, this very curious guy, who's played by Henry Golding, and his name is Tom Webster in the movie. Okay, Tom Webster in the movie. Emilia Clarke's name is Katerina. I just remembered. Okay. So they're from, like, I guess her family's originally from Croatia, so but they had to move when her and her sister were very young to London. So her and her sister have like British accents, and her parents still have like Croatian accents, right? So it's like different. It's kind of cool. Anyways, so her name's Katerina in the movie, but she likes to go by Kate. So anyway, she meets Tom, right? And they start hanging out, and she's thinking like, yeah, you know, everything's great. He's a great guy. He's weird. He's funny. You know, they're getting along great, except he is still kind of a mystery. So he doesn't have a phone. He says, well, he does, but he has it locked in a cupboard at home because, like, you know, when you're not on your phone, you feel so free, and this and that. And um so she thinks that's a little odd, but she's like, okay, whatever, you know, just, you know, I'm at the shop every day, just come and see me. And so he comes around the shop every day, like right outside, and he has this whole thing about looking up and knowing, you know, when to really look at the world. Um, and so he just kind of helps her out, you know, gets her back to her parents, and so she starts staying with her parents, and her life is kind of turning upwards since she met Tom. And so the thing is, I was really actually enjoying all of these things going on. Then she has a sort of very deep conversation with Tom about how where we finally figure out what her illness was. She had a heart condition, and so she needed a heart transplant. And so about a year ago, around Christmas time, um she went in for surgery, and so there was a donor, and she was able to get a heart. But she says, you know, you're the only one that really sees me for me, and you know, I've been feeling empty, and like it's almost like, you know, everybody was giving me so much attention because I was sick, and then once, you know, I got the transplant, everybody just expected me to go back to a normal life, and I couldn't do that because my heart felt like it wasn't my own. Like, she basically is trying to explain that she feels detached, like, from this heart, like not all the way, but it's like not to the point of rejecting it, obviously, because it's been a year that she's had the transplant, but to the point of she doesn't completely feel like herself. And she's realizing, well, maybe this is why I can't sing like I used to anymore. This is why I don't feel the same about certain things. And yeah, if you are interested in this movie, please go watch it, because this scene made me cry. Like, I was literally in tears last night. But then, so she ends up going to the apartment, because he did take her to his apartment one time, and she was like, oh, it's so nice and clean in here, right? um Honey, she goes to this apartment. Apparently there's some guy in there saying that it's being sold. They haven't been able to sell it. The previous owner died, and so that's why they're selling it. It goes into the cupboard, while he's showing her the little tiny apartment, and there's a phone. And she's like, oh, that's odd. That must be Tom's phone. Like, I can give it to him or whatever. And he was like, Tom? Who the fuck is Tom? And she's like, the guy who owns the apartment, right? Like, he didn't tell me he was selling it, but like, I can give him his phone back, you know? Because he had this thing of like, basically ghosting her for a few days every now and again. Like, they'd hang out, they'd have a great time, and then she wouldn't hear from him for a few days, and then she couldn't get in contact with him because of the phone situation. So the realtor goes, well, honey, ain't nobody lived here in over a year. The guy who previously lived here, I know his last name was Webster. Um, Tall, handsome guy, and um, he passed away like last Christmas. Around last Christmas, he got into an accident while riding his bike around, which we find out like that's he rides his bike around town as a delivery person, right? And so that's how they keep running into each other at first. And so there's this whole thing with him riding his bike around. Apparently, that's how he got into an accident around last Christmas. And he actually died. And he actually, the twist here, spoiler alert, is he is the donor. The guy that she has been seeing is actually a ghost, and he's the donor of her heart. And this is why, I guess, internally and personally for her, she felt like this isn't me, like there's like a part of me missing, because my heart was special, and you can't really understand that unless you've had a heart transplant, which doesn't really happen often. So anyways, um so she's going back now. We're seeing all of these flashbacks of the movie of when they were hanging out, and she's realizing like, bro, was I hallucinating, or no, he was really a fucking ghost? And now it looks like I was walking around looking crazy talking to my damn self. But really it's because he is still a part of her now, because that's his heart. So she goes back to their little secret garden spot that he took her to one time, and she sits on the bench that they used to sit on, never realizing that on the bench there is like a nameplate, like when people donate stuff and they put their like name on there. It's literally like, I think they donated that bench or somebody put that bench there. It has his name, and it says like 19 whatever, whenever he was born, until 2016. And so he shows up at the bench when she gets there, and he was like, I didn't know how to tell you, and I'll always be a part of you because you have my heart, so just take care of my heart. And she does. And so she kind of changes, keeps on changing her life around, and she's kind of like, in a better mind state now that she knows all of this information. And the way that this movie played out is just so beautifully done. I honestly highly recommend this movie. If you like Christmas movies like me, you will like this one. If you like rom-coms, you will like this one. If you like just romance, you will like this one. Like, romance with a twist is basically what it is during the holidays. Okay. I really love this movie. I can now say that I probably would turn this on and maybe fall asleep. I don't know, but I stayed up last night and I watched it, and it's just so good. It's just so good. So I highly recommend this. I know you probably weren't expecting like a Christmas movie review from me, but I'm sure there's gonna be a ton more. I've already watched like 5, So I was trying to like stay in the Halloween mood because it's my favorite holiday. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Halloween and October being my favorite month, they just were not Octobering or Halloween-ing for me this year. So about a few days after, I was over it. I'm over it. I say, let's move on. I know Thanksgiving is coming. We watched a Thanksgiving movie. But to be honest, they don't have a lot of Thanksgiving movies, but they do have a lot of Christmas movies. A lot. So I'll be watching them for sure up until Christmas Day. I sure will. probably the day after. And fun fact, kind of weird thing about me, I moderately like Christmas music. I don't like Christmas music that much. There's certain songs, definitely not freaking, not the Mariah Carey's. Oh my God, that song is so irritating. I've been traumatized. I worked at Walmart for like 3 months, of course, during the holiday season. And there was just days where they would just repeat that song, like literally had that song on repeat for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and days and days and days and days. And I'm just like, okay, I'm tired of this. I might have liked the song before. Now I hate it. Okay. All the other Christmas songs I can deal with. Some of them I actually like. Some of them I know the words to, but not that one. I really be over it when people play that song. I really do. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, I hope you liked this review. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will be back soon with another video. Thank you, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.